Welcome to The Explainer. Look, today we're jumping right into something truly special. We're looking at a piece of eco-fiction that is it's absolutely stunning. It digs into humanity's connection to nature, the real weight of the choices we make, and honestly, the very fabric of time itself. If you've ever found yourself wondering how our actions today are going to ripple out into tomorrow, well, you're going to love this one. So, let's start with the myth that kicks the whole thing off.
Okay, so to set the stage here, there's this haunting legend. And in the universe of our story, this isn't just some nice poem, right? It's a fundamental truth that's actually taught to kids in school. The idea is that for the longest time, the ocean just absorbed our history, our wins, our biggest mistakes, all of it. But things have shifted. The heavy lifting of preserving the past, that responsibility has been handed right back to us.
Which really leaves us staring down this massive question. What actually happens when the future finally crashes into the past? Well, we get to explore exactly that through the eyes of a young girl named Sora. Now for Sora, that whole legend about the ocean's memory was just a nice bedtime story. That is, until the day she stumbles on something that literally breaks the rules of time.
But before we get to her big discovery, we kind of need to look at her everyday reality. Think about the old world, which is basically our current historical reality, where we build cities to fight against nature, right? Sora's world is the complete opposite. Humanity has totally leveled up. They're growing these incredible glowing forests, building cities that actually work with the environment. And oceans? They don't separate continents anymore. They connect them. It's this beautiful utopian setting, and it's absolutely crucial because it shows us a version of humanity that finally learned how to listen.
So how in the world does Sora cross over into the ancient past? Interestingly enough, it all starts with a regular little shell. But when she holds it up, it doesn't just play the sound of the surf, it plays this forgotten ancient music, like a melody the earth used to hum millions of years ago. When she closes her eyes, it acts like a cosmic key. It pulls her straight through this door of time, and the rules of reality here are completely warped. It's basically a time dilation chamber. An hour in there could be a century back home, or vice versa. When Sora finally steps through, she finds herself on this impossible silver shore. The sand has this soft glow, and the water is reflecting a sky that shouldn't even be there. And waiting for her are three figures: Hina, Kaido, and Mira. The text describes them in such a cool way. They aren't old, they aren't young, they almost look like stars. It's like time just completely gave up on trying to age them. And Hina just looks at Sora and says, "The door chose you."
Naturally, Sora is pretty overwhelmed and just asks, "Are you real?" And Mira gives her this incredible answer. Sometimes memory becomes something more. And she doesn't mean that metaphorically. In this space, memories have become so dense, so unbelievably important, that they have literally materialized into physical reality. These keepers aren't ghosts, they are actual memories that have taken on a life of their own.
While she's trying to wrap her head around that, Sora spots two other figures down by the water, a man and a woman, Ren and Aoi. They're just staring out at the horizon, looking like they've been doing exactly that since the dawn of time. Now, Sora doesn't even know their names yet, but she gets this sudden, overwhelming sense of warmth. You know that feeling when you run into an old friend you haven't seen in years? It's exactly like that, but stretching across lifetimes.
And then a huge shift happens. Ren actually turns around. For the very first time in who knows how many epochs, he breaks his eternal watch. He smiles at a human from the future and asks this incredibly heavy question: what is the world like now? Just imagine the weight of that for a second. An eternal guardian of the past, finally asking for a status update on humanity.
Sora thinks about it for a good long while, and then she tells him, "Not perfect, but people still try to understand each other." And the moment she says that, the ocean itself just brightens up. It's like it breathes this massive sigh of relief. Because, as it turns out, the ocean was never really worried about losing its data or its history. It was terrified that we, humanity, would lose our drive to connect with one another. Sora's answer proves that our heart is still beating.
But right at this beautiful, deeply connecting moment, the whole vibe just drops. The metaphysical sky hanging over this timeless sea starts to get really unstable. The stars up there begin to shake and flicker. Then, right in front of them, one single star flickers and just vanishes entirely.
And that brings this absolute chilling stillness to the beach. Everyone is dead silent. Even the eternal ocean just stops making sound. It's this profound cosmic loss, and it leaves Sora, and honestly us too, wondering what exactly just disappeared into the dark forever. Now here is the kicker. In this realm, those stars
They are giant balls of burning gas millions of light years away. Every single star up there represents a possible future. They are these incredibly fragile paths of probability, and they only exist right up until humanity makes a choice. The ocean actually speaks directly to Sora here, laying out the harsh reality of how things work. When a star goes out, it's because the future is never infinite. It's a pretty intense reminder that our actions are permanent. Every single choice we make out there in the real world actively snuffs out an entirely different path. But then, something impossible happens. A brand new, weak little anomaly shows up in the sky. And the ocean is visibly shocked by this. Remember, we are talking about an entity that has watched the entire history of the Earth unfold, and it has never seen this star before. It's small, it's flickering, but it is entirely new. So what in the world is this new light? Ren looks up, totally caught off guard, and realizes it's not a memory. It's not just some random probability either. As this little star gets closer, they realize it is the story of an unborn being. It's an entity that doesn't even exist yet. But one day it will, and specifically because of the good choices humanity is making back in Sora's timeline. Sora bravely takes a step toward it, and coming from that light, she hears this distant, incredibly gentle voice just filled with gratitude, saying, "Thank you for saving the ocean." And Hina, the eternal keeper of memory, just starts crying. Out of all the vast epochs of time she's watched, this is literally a first. An unborn, future generation is actually reaching backward through the fabric of time, just to thank the past for the world they kept safe. Then, in the blink of an eye, Sora is back. She's standing on her physical, real-world beach, still clutching the shell. The waves are calmly washing over the sand, doing the exact same thing they've done for millions of years, and exactly what they'll keep doing for millions more. The natural rhythm of the world just keeps on ticking. But Sora is fundamentally changed by this. She smiles, looks out at the expanse of the water, and quietly asks, "Ocean, do you still remember?" And drifting back on the wind, she gets this beautiful, whispering answer. "Now I am not alone." The ocean's memory isn't this heavy, solitary burden anymore. It's finally shared with the humanity that actually gets it. So as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with something to chew on. We just saw how Sora's world literally birthed a new star, just by fixing their connection to nature. So I gotta ask you, does the ocean remember? And what kind of new stars are your own choices going to create today? Because every single decision we make turns the lights out on one path, but it illuminates another. Keep that in mind as you head out there. Thanks so much for joining me, and hey, keep making those good choices.